do this? I'm gonna turn the can so that when I drink, the branding.
What do you need?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night live stream. We are just, here to answer guitar questions, talk about guitar stuff. If you have guitar questions, you can get in the chat over here and ask them. It is an ad-free podcast live stream, so that means there will be no ads. So if you want to support the channel, you can use any of these links right here, like DylanTalksTone, Patreon, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you a couple things we're doing on Patreon here in a minute. The other thing is you can use a super chat in the live stream to support the channel. But most importantly of anything, you can go to DylanTalksTone and you can buy pickups. That's what we really do. We've been really busy. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Is your mic plugged in? Can you please say something?
Hello.
Okay. Sounds good. I just want to make sure because there was no crosstalk. Sometimes there's a little crosstalk and I couldn't see any. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. One of the things before we get started, I was going to tell you about is we have, of course, the new line of pickups that came out this week, or a new pickup model. If you have questions about that, we're also trying to kind of post about these live streams a little earlier in the week so people know about them. And also, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. We are kind of doing some comment section recaps and audience chatting and stuff on Patreon and for YouTube members. I was doing it on a second channel before, but it wasn't really working the way I wanted it to work. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it on Patreon on YouTube members. So if you want to kind of hear what's going on behind the scenes and a little off topic and tangential sometimes, tomorrow, Brianna and I are actually going to be doing one together talking about a video that we made a week ago. So you'll see that coming up. So that kind of stuff. It's going to be kind of fun. Both the dogs are in the same bed now. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Anyway, so that's what we got. Tonight's topic is what is the weirdest guitar gear that you have ever seen? I have a weird one. I was doing some research every week. I do some research on like what's going on in the guitar industry, what's going on, like, looking at topics for videos and various things. And something came up today that completely blew my mind. So we'll get into that here in a few minutes after we do our Patreon questions.
Super chat from John Own 20.
Yes.
Can't play any Roddy.
Yes.
Ad free for me. Thank you. That's cool.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Yeah. So what is, okay. And I'm not talking about like, this isn't Gibson Robo Tuners. Okay. I'm talking like weird stuff, like weird. You're like, what are you even thinking? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Get in the chat if you can think of anything. After we go through the Patreon questions, I'll give you mine because it's pretty bonkers. So let's go through the Patreon questions.
Okay. Zoltan. Hey, Dylan, Leslie, Brianna. Been a while. Sorry for the silence. I'm always watching on replay, but very busy at work these days. 2 questions. 1. My last post to the Facebook page has been stuck in moderator review for a while.
That's
Any
weird.
idea why?
No idea, because it shouldn't do that. But anyways, keep going.
2. Does gentle, wet, and dry sanding help with a nitro finished neck that's getting stickier with age and wear?
So I'm not the perfect person to answer this question, but what I will tell you is I've tried it and it has not gone well for me. The reason it's not gone well for me is because I think the reason it starts to break down is due to your chemical makeup in your hands. So you might have to change your diet. I'm just kidding. If it's the chemical makeup of your hands. I had a guitar that once it started breaking down, there was nothing I could do. Like it was my body doing it to the guitar, if that makes sense. But you could try like wet sanding it with I would say like 800, and that would give it like a nice matte finish, and then see what happens. But I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know what your results may vary. Let me just say that.
And then he said, thanks for everything you all do for this community.
Thank you, Sultan. I appreciate that. Is there another super chat over there that we missed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you. Super chat from Dastardly Dave. Thanks for the super chat, Dave. He said, good day, all.
Good day. Thank you, Dave. Dave? I don't know what I'm looking at to find. Manage.
Yeah, I didn't know that we put things in moderation.
I didn't know that we did
I know
either.
spam goes there, but.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be spam. He's posted enough to know what's up. I'm not sure. I'll have to get on my computer later and figure it out.
Yeah, we don't require moderation for.
No. So
posting.
I'm not sure what the deal is there. So I'll have to look and figure that out. Okay, moving on.
Shane. Good morning, Bresley, Leanna, and Dashing Dylan.
Ha.
Enjoying my CV Jazzmaster while surfing YouTube to reaffirm the greatness of my purchase. That sums up what the internet is right there.
Yes.
While searching to reaffirm myself. While surfing YouTube to reaffirm the greatness of my purchase.
I'm sure he's playing on that.
I came across a video that suggested the Jazzmaster is the best guitar for beginners. The idea being, if you can master the complex controls of a Jazzmaster, all other guitars afterward would seem incredibly easy. Thoughts on this approach to learning guitar?
I disagree because I think simpler is better. I think it puts an unnecessary thing in there. And also I think Jazzmasters are, and because they have weird tremolos and stuff, I wouldn't recommend a Jazzmaster to a beginner. I see what you're saying though. And if somebody was adventurous, I say they do it. The other thing about Jazzmasters is cool is they're sort of nichey. So like for a beginner player, a Jazzmaster is like if you are a, Johnny Marr fan, if you are a Dinosaur Jr. fan, if you are, you're going to get a Jazzmaster because Jazzmasters are cool and they're like a little more unique. And so I can see that for sure. Jazzmasters, Mustangs, Jaguars, those are going to be very maybe artist or style influence specific, even for a beginner, because their favorite star plays one or something. I know that's not the case with you, Shane. You're just adventurous with your collection, but I think that might be the case for some people.
Frank, I just want to know more about single conductor humbuckers, one wire. I'm the guy a couple of weeks ago message bombed you for instructions because the Dylan PAF that just arrived didn't have the normal 4 wires.
So humbuckers didn't normally come with 4 wires. That was later. All humbuckers have 4 wires internally because it's 2 coils, starting to finish and a starting to finish to both the coils. A 2-wire humbucker, that's actually a 2-wire humbucker. So it looks like there's only one coming out, but it's actually 2 because the center conductor and the braid are 2 different. So the braid is actually the ground for the pickup and the center conductor is the hot. So what I do is I will push the braid back and solder it to the back of the pot. That will leave about an inch or inch and a half of the cloth covered center conductor out, and then solder that to the eyelet on the pot. And now you have ground and you have your hot. So it looks like one wire, but it's actually two. The only problem with those is that they're internally linked. The humbuckers coils are internally linked, and you cannot coil split them or whatever. So we do that on the pickups that we think. So we put 4-wire pickup. We put 4-wire conductors. So all 4 wires from both coils coming out with black. It's black polyurethane wire with 4 wires and a 5th bare drain line. That's what we were making today. We're making a bunch of center punches. We put those 4 conductor pickups, wires on pickups that we know are going to split well, that are going to do things like phase, that kind of stuff well. But pickups that really are going to sound better just as a plain humbucker, like vintage style, we're going to use the metal braided wire just to make it simpler for people. It's like, no, I would not coil split it because it won't work as well. We're just going to make it that way. You just hook it up and you just use it. So it's sort of a simplification for that.
Super chat from Tazzy Tim. Thank you for the super chat, Tim. He said, wheels up on G-Babe Telly. Should be there in 6 weeks, hopefully.
Awesome. He sent me a message 2 days ago, double checking address and such.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dan Andrade says, how's Bree tonight? She's in the chat.
She should be in the chat. She is.
She's talking.
Okay.
I'm just saying she is in.
She's on the other side of the wall right there. That's our kitchen. And she is attempting sourdough. So, yeah. She's been like growing the alien baby in the jar for a while. And so now she's about to try to attempt the actual bread. Or something about doing a bunch of stuff with it and then letting it sit till tomorrow and then doing it. I don't know. Anyway, that science project is happening in the kitchen right now.
67 Goat. Just waiting for a delivery of a tangerine metallic G&L Comanche. Do you know how they wire up their PTB tone controls?
You know, I don't. It's very easy to Google. It is a interesting setup. It's sort of like the Reverend, where you have, it's basically like a backwards tone knob. It does the opposite of what a tone knob does. But it would be hard for me to, like, without drawing it for you, visualize that in this chat. So what I would say is just Google a diagram of it and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's different capacitor values and it's basically like a backwards tone knob. So cutting lows instead of highs. Yeah.
Tangerine metallic.
That sounds
cool,
rad. Yeah.
Matt. Ooh. Good morning, Team DTT. Not sure if this is on or off topic, but do you think that AI is taking the fun, uniqueness, and learning from things? BiasX just announced a new modeling platform whose main upgrade feature is AI Assist to create the tones. Do you think that it takes away from us discovering things on our own through trial and error? I feel like AI will eventually blend everything together and we'll also have the same output of things. Just yesterday for work, I had to write a short paragraph about an event. Someone responded back, "You put that through ChatGPT, didn't you?" I did not, and it was definitely written better than what ChatGPT would have output. I've actually tested it for employee reviews, and I could easily tell the output was AI, not anti-AI, but feel like everyone is going overboard with it as the new fad.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts are I don't think it's a fad, first of all.
I was listening to a podcast today. They're talking about, they're like, it is.
Yeah.
So you have to.
Yeah. And I think,
it's like fuel injection. There are no carburetors anymore. It just is.
I think you have to adopt it.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be people out there like for the person that's like, you put this through AI, didn't you? And a lot of people want to say like M dashes give it away, but it can only go on what it's learned.
Mm-hmm.
An M dash is a valid punctuation. And so it has learned it from good writing. Anyway, I mean, as far as the music part, I can't speak to, but I think if you don't get on board with AI, you're going to get left behind.
What's the first part about creativity? And then we can take it down so it doesn't block our faces.
Do you think that AI is taking the fun, uniqueness, and learning from things?
Oh, okay, you can take it down now. What do you think? In your perspective on the writing side, do you feel that you are able to, because you use it a lot, are you able to be more creative or less? Are you becoming more formulaic because of it, or you're more creative because of it?
I think it's more creative
Why?
because I don't have to start with a blank page.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I mean, I guess if you did equate it to music, if you heard, you know, it's like how people collaborate on music today, right? If somebody sent you a riff of something, you could probably come up with something as opposed to just creating it. You know, some people are good at creating from nothing. Some people are better at building on something that exists.
So that's interesting.
And for the comment about how it comes out, if you don't train it, it will sound.
I will say my chat GPT is getting better. The more I use
I
it.
mean, I love mine because it knows me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's kind of creepy, but it does. It's starting to even know my writing style, my speaking style, all that stuff. It's very helpful. So on the creative side, so think of it like this. Me and we have followed a lot. Artists like Avicii, artists like, I follow Machine Gun Kelly. Those kind of artists, those guys that work and collaborate together. It used to be a really weird thing and very uncommon for an artist to be like, I'm going to email you something. And then they're all over the world collaborating on stuff. And then next thing you know, coming out with these records and never sat in the studio together one time. They just did it based on. And to me, it's sort of the same thing. It's like like you said, if somebody sent me a file and I started riffing on top of what they did, I'm still being just as creative. They just gave me the baseline. And I think, I mean, baseline as in, the foundation. And I think a lot of times in the context that they're talking about, I want to do a podcast on Tuesday about the idea of chasing tone versus exploring tone. Because I think a lot of people, we are in this rut as guitar players of chasing tone. You're trying to sound like something and never getting it, and always.
And you're looking for some kind of inspiration.
Right. And so my thing is, why can't you explore a thing, find it, and then build on it? It's a different mentality than chasing after something that you may never get. And I think AI is going to help with that in a respect, because if I don't have to goof around to find a tone, and someone just hands me, I'll tell you this already happens. So, and it's not even AI. If I buy a new profile for my Kemper and it's a sound I've never had, the tone's already there. I don't have to twiddle knobs for an hour to get a cool tone. I slam a chord and I'm like, oh, dang. And next thing you know, I'm playing riffs. I'm exploring things that I don't know, I've never done before, because I'm presented with a sound that I've never had before. I'm presented with like a creative arm that I just have never experienced, and it was just there. I didn't have to goof around with it. So it already happens. If you plug into any multi-effects processor and a new sound comes out that you didn't mess with, you're like, oh, you're going, oh, hey, that's kind of neat. That fuzz, that combination of octave, whatever. And then you start riffing on it and playing on it. You're already doing that. You're already finding a sound that already exists and building on top of it. And I think since we're already doing that anyway, AI is just going to help with that more. And it's going to make it to where people don't have to fiddle around as much. People talk about option paralysis and how all this digital stuff is super complicated because blah, 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 blah. And all I want to do is sit down and play. Well, if all you want to do is sit down and play, if you could just go to your phone and be like, yo, give me Eddie Van Halen 1984 jump tone for soloing, or eruption tone, or slash, Sweet Child of Mine tone, and you didn't have to fiddle with it and you could just start playing, I think you could actually be more creative and more exploratory in your own self, more than having to twiddle knobs for an hour to try to get there and then be frustrated because I don't have the pedal that I need. I don't have the this that I need. I don't have, oh, it's not in the right tuning. Now I have to reset up my guitar. Like, you're all messing around with all that. But if they can hand you that and then you can just play, I think that's better. That's my opinion. And that's how I'm using it now. But everybody's going to see it different, obviously.
Yeah. And I think that's the bottom line, is it's a mindset
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they covered a lot of bases. Like, somebody made a poor assumption, didn't want to use it, kind of leery of it. I mean, we have the gamut at work too. There's people that are super hesitant and don't want to do it. And then there's other people who are showing us things and we're like, wait, what? You can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of mundane tasks that all of us do that you don't like to do.
Yep. And I also know, yes, that you don't have to waste brain power on it anymore.
Yep.
And I also know, and I 100% respect, and I am this person too, that I will always want to have around, for the sake of having around, the stick shift car, the carburetor, the old-fashioned thing, the tube amp. We talked about this in a video the other day with vintage style pickups in a guitar. I'm always going to want to have that stuff around because I want that as my reference. My favorite guitar that I own is that custom shop Gibson that is a 1959 reissue. Like, because I want that as like this mental baseline that I never lose. So I want to play around with all this stuff, but then I want to go back to. But
everybody's mental baseline is going to be different.
Well, yeah, because there's also going to be people that are like, just started playing guitar this year, and they're going to pick up a Marshall Code 50 with all the digitally stuff in it, for $200 or $300 or whatever, or a Boss Katana or whatever with a bunch of effects in it, and it's going to be the most modern thing, or positive grid, and that's their baseline.
All they can have is an iPad and a guitar. Like,
yeah,
why not?
Yeah, no, that's true too, because to be honest with you, if somebody has one of those $139 Squire things and an app that they can buy on iTunes, they're going to make neat stuff. I mean, according to the people that have tube amps and all, they're going to not, but they are going to make neat stuff. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. And honestly, I'm going to back up and say, I don't know. We just have to wait and see also how a lot of this stuff is implemented. Because until you start to understand the possibilities of what it can do, I'm trying to not judge anything until I'm like, oh, wait.
What is that?
That was one of those moths.
Is it on me or did it keep going?
I think it kept going.
It looked like it flew right in my face.
We are having an armyworm infestation in our lawn, and so when they come out of larva stage, they become these little white moths, and they're flying around everywhere. Timer's up. I've got a guy coming to spray for it tomorrow, but ugh. So ridiculous weird gear. Has anybody put any of that in there?
Yeah.
Go ahead and let them give us some, and then I'm going to give you mine because it's crazy.
All right. Let me.
I mean, there's a lot of them that I can think of.
I wasn't reading the whole time you were talking.
That's okay. There's a lot of weird ones that I can think of, but I don't want to say because I want you to. Maybe we will cover the same ones, so I don't want to speak out of turn. But I don't think you're going to think of the one that I found today. It's crazy weird, and currently available. It's new. and sort of creepy.
Sort of creepy, huh?
Yes.
All right. Sorry. I just want to grab some stuff before I missed it. Yak Fishin
Oh, yeah.
says worst guitar ever and looks wise. Gibson Corvus.
Oh, those were weird. 100%
And then
weird.
he said, and you were still talking about what the basis of the question was. And
Mhm.
then he came back. He was like, oh, okay. That fart pedal is kind of just dumb. No use for it at all.
Yes, and the meowing one too is pretty wild. But the meowing one, to be fair, has some justification for some sounds that might be useful. Where the fart pedal is just a fart pedal. Yeah.
BC Rich 581 says hard to pick a single piece of gear that is definitely the weirdest, but there are a ton of oddball ideas being tried or that have been tried.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Bring them on. Let's hear them. I want to hear them.
Art Smolsky says Seasick Steve's air cleaner guitar.
Yep. And doesn't he have a hubcap one? And he has a shovel one too, right? I didn't even know about that guy. You know how I heard about that guy? He was a guest on Top Gear one time. That's how I found out about him. And he's so neat, man. His stuff is so cool. I like his music.
All right. That's all that.
Those the only ones?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, people talked, like Dave talked about, they were talking to each other a lot because Dave mentioned he had the trifecta of the fart meowdulator, Miku fart and meowdulator.
Oh, the Miku also. That's the Japanese words one.
Yep.
And then the Meowdulator. In fact, I think Dave actually is the one that let me borrow both of those for videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were wild. Super crazy. Okay. If nobody has anything else, I was on Guitar World magazine today. And literally I just wanted to talk about this. This is the entire inspiration for this. A sound hole urn.
To listen to what?
Not to listen to.
To play to?
No. You put the sound hole, it's like a feedback buster. You know, like when you play live, you put the little rubber thing in the sound hole so it doesn't feedback as much.
Yeah.
That has like a 13-ounce container on the back of it. So you can put the ashes of a loved one or a pet and have it in your guitar and have them with you while you play all the time. No lie.
And there's a market for this?
You tell me.
What
I'm not buying it.
Where was it in Guitar World? Like this was.
It was
like
in the new
product?
gear. If we were to do news, like gear news, it would have been.
So somebody paid money to submit that. Like they are making a business out of it.
Yes. The answer is yes. Yes, the answer is yes. It is a real thing. And let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yep, here it is. Here it is. Unique and meaningful tribute to your departed loved one. Mm-hmm. Would you keep your loved one's cremated remains in the sound hole of your acoustic guitar? And it literally is. Let me get all the ads off of here. Dang it. I hate this. I hate Guitar World thing because of the ads stuff. Now I have to find it again. Okay, here we go. Right here. See? It goes in the sound hole and it's like a little box. It's called Capsule. Kapsoul. Capsule. 14 cubic inches of human or pet remains. It fits any 3-inch sound hole with a minimum body depth of 3 inches. And when it's sealed, it stays sealed, protected from leakage or atmospheric moisture.
Ew.
So do you send your ashes and then he seals them into this thing? Or I don't know what. I don't
That
even
sounds
know.
sketch. Have people watched these documentaries where it ain't your loved one?
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah. What was it on HBO, The Mortician or whatever, where he was
And
the
that's
guy
just one place.
the guy in
But there was
California
a
that
place
was like
in
jumbling up.
Atlanta that did that too.
Yep. Yep. Yes. So this is a sound hole urn that you could put. So yeah. If anybody's got anything weirder than that, you're welcome to try, but I don't know. Oh, there's an article on Urns Northwest about this thing. Somebody might be, I don't want to disrespect somebody who might feel that that's important to them, but I just can't. There's an article about it on MSN.com, Guitar World. Yeah, it's like all over the place, man. Yeah. So I just don't know what the feasibility of that thing would be to put.
So related to what we're talking about right now. So
Yeah.
then people, okay, so a couple more things came in. BC Rich 581 said, I have a Dr. No the Turd Fuzz, a fuzz pedal covered in foam rubber turds.
That's pretty funny.
B minor 17 says glass guitars.
Oh yeah.
Gary Bertolo said, check out Thorn pedals. I'm assuming related to this conversation. Curtis Chavez says Roland GR700 guitar synth.
Oh, those are wild.
Only Holdsworth had the chops to play that booger. Weird gear. Okay, this is what made me laugh. 67 Goat said, we used to keep the cremains of our grandparents under the seat we would have guests sit at. Then we would ask them if they wanted to meet our grandparents.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Did you find Thorn?
I did, but I don't understand what the.
Maybe it's not related to this conversation.
Yeah, I don't understand what they do have some wild stuff, but I don't know what the relation to this conversation is.
Sean McMillan said, I'm not surprised. I've heard of people mixing remains into ink and having that tattooed. I've heard that too.
I've heard of that too. I think didn't Steve Vai? Isn't there like a really expensive Steve Vai gem that you can buy his guitar where his blood is in the paint? I'm pretty sure you can get that, or it was like a thing that could be gotten. I don't know that you can still get it. But yep, I think they should.
Oh yeah, Curtis Chavez just said gem guitar that had Steve Vai's blood in the paint.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought I remembered that.
Dan Andrade said urn full of ash for your ash body.
Ugh. Yeah. I don't know.
Yak Fishing said, can you imagine putting your dad's ashes in your guitar only to find out later that he hated your guitar playing and now your guitar constantly feeds back?
Or you find out that he's not your dad.
Oh.
Right? There's that podcast too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went my whole life and then somebody took a 23andMe thing and I found out that like my dad's not my dad and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that would be.
And then Curtis Chavez says EVH's guitars had way more ash than that, just with cigarettes.
No, it's true. Exactly.
67 Goat said, what if you filled it with the ashes of your last guitar?
So we filled a guitar with Skittles one time.
Yep.
And we had a contest and gave a bunch of stuff away to have people guess the amount of Skittles that were in the guitar. I built one of those smuggler tellies and we filled it with Skittles.
Clear pick guard.
Well, with a clear pick guard. Yeah. Somebody mentioned glass guitars. My favorite clear guitar, it's weird, but my favorite clear guitar is John 5's, the one that's filled with antifreeze. That's pretty neat. The other The other person you should follow actually is, we talked about him last week, is the Guitar Samurai guy, whatever his name is on YouTube. I can't remember his name is. I'm sorry, but he has a lot of videos about like these weird things, and he actually goes and reviews them, and like those rubber silicone things that goes over your fingers, and there's all kinds of weird stuff like that. And I've seen a lot of like weird gimmicks over the last 40 years, but the urn thing, I think, is probably the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I can't think of a weirder thing than that.
Dog Dr. Tim said, we have my mom's ashes in a Turkish-styled urn that looks like a hookah. It's so hideous. We put it in the attic.
Oh, see, I'm the kind of person that would like...
Oh, Gary Bertolo, view the Henry Pauly video on recent pedal, Bad Cash by Thorn.
Okay.
Dastardly Dave said, MXR pencil holder. I have one. B minor 715 says the mini bar pedal. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Still not as weird as an urn, though. 14 ounces. So you can't even have your whole, if it's a poodle, I guess, or like a Shih Tzu or a Yorkie or something. But if we're talking like, Uncle Carl, well, my Uncle Carl was 6'11" and like 400 pounds. There's no way part of him would fit in there.
I don't know. How much ash comes from a person? I don't even know.
I don't know. We should find this out. Somebody in the comments knows.
Like a
one of you does this for a living.
No.
I'm
really?
sure. Oh, I'm sure. We have folks in the comments do all kinds of stuff. I'm sure that there are. Yeah.
D minor 715 said the mini bar got pretty weird when people were playing their guitar signal through their blood.
How much? Cremated human. I'm about to try to find this out.
Sounds questionable thing.
200 cubic inches.
I was wondering about weight.
I'm working on it. That's an adult. Children 8 to 13 years. We don't need to get all that specific. It's way too morbid. How I asked about volume. 200 cubic inches. I think this thing is not enough.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
4 to 8 pounds.
Jeez.
Well, that seems like that would affect your tone.
And the container weighs.
And an acoustic guitar. When my acoustic guitar only weighs 4 pounds.
That's weird.
So that's weird. That's
You're
weird.
only supposed to put a smidge of them in there.
A smidge. That's what I mean, though. Like, so, like this half or that half or like what?
Which ashes do you have?
Oh my God, that's so weird. I'm telling you, it's weird. It's the weirdest thing ever. Ugh.
All right.
Anyway.
I'll take some questions.
Yeah, let's take some guitar questions.
Curtis Chavez says, Dylan, I'm sure that your center punch pickups split great, but I've had such bad experiences splitting coils before. DiMarzio's Super Distortion sounds horrible split that I dismiss coil splitting.
You will not once you try them. And what I will say to that is the same thing I've been really trying to say lately is get in the comments, talk to other people that have them. Instead of just listening to me about it. I was actually just thinking the other day that we should do another video. I have a guitar that we could put some center punches in and do another video and talk about them because we've not talked about those in a long time. And Brianna loves making them. So
So then there was some more AI conversation. 67 Goat said people are using it heavily because it's new. I don't think it will go away, but I think its use in everything will go away, sort of like the internet enabled toasters.
I have an internet-enabled coffee pot, and it's awesome. 14 cubic inches. So, yeah, so you're not going to be able to put all of Uncle Carl in your
Just
guitar.
put his penis in there.
Why did you go all the way there?
I don't know if you have to choose a part. Make it a funny one. Why not?
Okay.
How is that different
All right.
than his arm? I mean, what
All right.
difference does it make at that point?
All right. Well, if anything ever happens to me,
Yeah, just stick something in a sound hole.
Oh man. Oh my god.
Drinking right now is a bad idea.
Oh my gosh. All right, next question.
Am I wrong? Come on.
I mean, you know. Wow.
Dan Andrada says there seems to be a laziness that the internet has created. AI will be a further downward spiral.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't either.
I
Work
don't
smarter,
agree.
not harder.
Work smarter, not harder. I think that I know that AI has not made me more lazy.
No, so that is what we're trying to figure out is balance. Like
Yeah.
here we wanted to use it for efficiency to get rid of like the mundane things that can cause burnout. But then the opposite happens. Now you don't have to do all that. So you just think, oh, I can do all of these things now. And so we're all doing too much still.
But you know what's happened here? All of the stupid stuff that I hate doing is getting done, and it's getting done in less time. And as a result, the physical things that can't be done are also getting done in less time. So the inefficiency in any business a lot of times is not the making and the executing of the parts. It's the administration of the business. And so if we can use AI to formulate, do a lot of admin work, like just a lot of stupid stuff, like a lot of work that doesn't, normally it would take me an hour and a half to do something. Now it takes me 20 minutes. Now, and as a result, what that means is our wait times on our pickups, instead of being 3 weeks, is, I mean, somebody ordered something this morning and we ship, it's in the box. And it's not because we're slow. Like, we're really busy right now. We're going to have our month is, we're doing great. But we're able to be busier with shorter wait times because admin stuff is taking way less time. It's also making it to where we can be way more creative. We're making videos almost every day instead of twice a week. Our content is getting better. Our YouTube videos are more focused because we are doing them. We're actually using AI to pick subjects and understand what's going on in the world before we just come up with an idea. Like, everything is better. And it's not making, honestly, it's making me work harder. It's actually making me like want to bite more off.
Right.
Because I'm like, well, I don't have to do this stupid stuff that gives me a headache doesn't give me a headache anymore. And now I'm like,
It's like all these things that were in your backlog that you're like, I'm never going to get to this.
Yes.
And now you're like, oh, I can do all of these things.
Yes.
But that's a lot.
And it makes me feel like, again, it makes me feel like I want to bite off more, develop more products, come out with more new stuff. Like, I'm way more productive and way more creative since I've been using it. Yeah, for sure. And our business has grown a fair percent. Not, you can see it, like, it's helping.
For the record, Sean McMillan, Leslie, not going to lie. That's basically where my 13-year-old brain went as well. Duh.
Okay. Well,
all right, JP.
If something ever happens to me and there's an acoustic guitar for sale, I guess you know what's in it.
I'm not doing this.
Decent.
If there's an acoustic guitar for sale, there will be a lot of things for sale if you die. Oh,
I mean, that's okay.
and I know how much stuff is. It's not like normal wives that just don't know the value of things.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Don't think you're going to be getting a Les Paul for $400 around here. She knows what they cost.
JP Shadow Games. AI is like the internet. Some gon' grow with the knowledge it can bring. Other gon' use it to find cat pics or worse. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, we've used it to do dumb stuff. For sure.
I mean, just generate an image and it's dumb most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Terrifying. A lot of times.
Well, order something from us and you'll see the new stickers we just got. And they were all generated by AI and they're awesome. She did it, actually. Brianna did it.
I will fully own up to it. I love AI.
Mm-hmm.
Dog Dr. Tim, we use an AI-based program for recording and organizing patient notes. I was skeptical at first, but no longer being in the clinic, typing 2 hours after closing is so nice.
Exactly. And it probably makes it to where you can be nicer to somebody's dog and nicer to somebody.
Yeah, because you're not stressed
and
out.
that's what I'm saying. Like, quality of life
Do what
is
you
better.
like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's crazy, people are like, it's going to take people's jobs. I can't speak to that totally, but around here, it's going to create them. It already has, actually. We are more productive. We have gotten busier. We are doing more stuff. And that's why I have Brianna now, because we need her. And if it keeps going like this, we might need more people in the future because we keep growing. So it's really helped me a lot.
Curtis Chavez, anyone think that AI may be able to eliminate lag in digital gear?
Digital gear lag is not a thing anymore anyway. It just isn't.
Travis Johnson, I have an Edwards ESP 335 that plays and sounds great. The previous owner swapped the Seymour Duncans out for Virgil Arlo white label 59 PAF style pickups. Any info on these?
I've heard of Virgil Arlo. I've never played them. But I've heard that the people that have them really like them. Apparently you do. And that's what I've heard. I've never played them myself.
Curtis Chavez says, is it fair to say that AI will tend to make a lazy person more lazy while self-starters will find ways to integrate AI to improve their efficiency? Yeah, I think that's fill in the blank.
That's fill in the blank with anything. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You're either going to keep up or not.
Yeah. And I guess so I'm not lazy. None of us around here are lazy. We're really hard workers.
I want to be lazy, though.
So I don't care about, I don't want to say, I don't care about the lazy people is the wrong way to say that. That doesn't concern me because that's outside of my concern circle.
Concern circle.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just outside. I don't need to think about it. It's not something that I'm going to waste my time
for that. The circle of concern.
Yeah, yeah. Lazy people are not in that.
Venn diagram.
Unless I'm trying to check out a Walmart and it's not working.
When's the last time you've been to Walmart?
Well, that's true.
I went to Walmart yesterday and I forgot how to function.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But we are a family of figuring out what things are conveniences for the sake of conveniences or what are conveniences for the sake of saving time. Or anxiety. Yep. That's also a thing. Because the less people you have to talk to get something done is awesome. Especially some days worse than others. So, yeah. All those things. Use all the tools, man. Use all the tools.
67 Goat says, speaking of orders,
printers still suck.
Should I expect a shipping notice?
Probably tomorrow.
I
was waiting on one thing and it got done today, so probably tomorrow.
Curtis Chavez said, aren't Virgil Arlo pickups hella expensive?
I think they are. But I think, like I said, I think the people that get them really like them.
Gary Bertolo, I know that you produce pickups. Have you listened to Mr. Glenn's and JJ's pickups from Australia? If not, see demos by Brett Kingman's reviews. You make a lot of pickups, but you are open-minded to stuff.
I have not heard of any of those folks. But I am the first one to tell you, I will listen to everything. I will talk to everybody. Because we all do different stuff, man. And it's super fun. And we do things differently. Like our processes are different. And every time I talk to another pickup builder, who's the throwback? So throwback pickups out of Michigan, they're the ones that have like the old Gibson winder and they make stuff really, really vintage, correct, new old stock parts and stuff. That's just not my jam. But I was at a guitar show in California and I met the guys that own that. And the very first thing they told me was like, dude, we have your videos just going in the shop while we're working a lot of times. And we watch all your stuff. And I'm like, well, thanks, man. And then proceeded to ask me, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? And he's like, if you did this and this and this, it would make it way faster and way better. And what do you use for this and this and that? He gave me a bunch of like how on making flat work. I'll tell you what he told me. So that flat work stuff is like this, comes in like a 4x8 sheet. He's like, do not do that. He's like, cut it down to like 12-inch by 12-inch pieces. Otherwise it'll warp too much and you'll have to fight it. And he says, if it warps, spray mist it with a little bit of water and put it in your t-shirt press and press it. Basically, you're going to iron this stuff flat and then cut it right away. I was like, dude, I never even thought of that. And he's like, what do you use to clean it? And I was like, well, I was just wiping it with water. And he's like, don't, it retains water too much. Use glass cleaner. So I've been using glass cleaner ever since. And it's amazing. So those are the kind of things, like, no matter who the pickup builder is, if you're cool, you're just going to share and enjoy talking to them and learning from them. Those guys are super smart. And they're not the only one. I mean, that same show, I hung out with Abby Ibarra. So, and I told her the stuff that she's taught me, and she gave me some more, tips and stuff. So, and I keep in touch with her and her daughter. Like, that kind of stuff you learn from people. That's cool. Did you eat?
I'm going to go eat some more.
Yep.
8 minutes.
Cool.
All
Let's
caught
roll.
up.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Tazzy Tim, shall I purchase the Telly pre-wired cover plate online and leave the engraving to you?
Yes. Just get a regular one and I will take care of it. If you do that, oh, you changed colors today. Tazzy Tim, your stuff is going to ship probably, you don't need it right away, right? Because it's for a project. Your stuff will probably ship in about a week because I had to buy I'm buying some different material since you gave me that idea today. He wants pink acrylic tops for his Telecaster pickups. And so I need to get some acrylic here because all I have is pink sparkle and I don't like it for what you're doing. So I'm going to come up with something cool. And then we will engrave and he wants to do paisley on the control plate. So we'll come up with something cool and then I will, get it all out to you. But it's not going to be, I had his pickups all done and ready to ship. And he texted me today and he's like, or messaged me today and he's like, can I have them in this color? And normally I'd be like, no, we already made them, but they're Widowmaker pickups and we sell tons of them. So they'll be sold. So by the way, if you've been wanting to try a set of Widowmaker pickups from us, the 1/4-inch magnet ones, I have a set ready to ship. They go out tomorrow if you buy them tonight. So there you go. Yeah. No, that's super neat.
No rush, mate.
Yeah, you told me what it was for, so we'll be cool on time frame. It'll be done. Hey, buddy. You got a bath today.
Feeling cute?
Yep. Yep. So yeah. What else is going on over there? you scan the comments. I'm gonna use the opportunity in the lull to beer myself.
Sean McMillan said, I like hearing when people share wisdom. They are not worried about someone in the same industry doing well. Yeah, exactly.
That's never been a concern of mine. I just feel like there's just so many different flavors to things and so many different ways to do things. And, you know, it's just such a fun knowledge base of things. We were talking about this before. Well, I was watching Texas Toast video, and his whole video is tell me how long you've been building guitars without telling me how long you've been building guitars.
Like by a tool or something.
Yeah, and by experience and by, and a lot of it was like a lot of the people that would get in the comments and like say their bona fides before they criticize what you do. Like, well, I've been playing for 40 years and this is why I think you're doing it wrong. And my brain just doesn't do that. My brain is like, oh, you've been playing for 40 years. Show me something cool, Somebody tried to tell me that I hook up humbuckers wrong and my video was wrong. And I'm like, I went back and watched it. And I'm like, well, that's how we do all of them. We've got like 20,000 of them out there, like literally 20,000 of them out there. And they seem to work. So I don't think I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, it's funny.
Yak Fishing. Dylan, what's your thoughts on PJ Marks pickups?
I've not heard of those.
Marks, like Marx.
Oh, like Richard Marks. I wonder if it's Richard Marks' brother.
I don't know. PJ. What happened to them? I don't know.
I don't know who that is. There are a lot of small brands that have come and gone in the last 10 years. Are you?
Is it hot in here?
It's hot in here
I'm hot.
because the fan's not on.
I know. You looked at me like I was crazy, though. I was like, wait, is it not hot in here?
Well, it's always hot in here, but I know you don't like to have the fan on.
I don't, but I can't breathe. Oh,
Hang on.
that's too fast.
This thing is weird. I don't know why I can't get the speed right. Here, let me just bring it over here. It's a remote. Okay, so one of the things I was going to also talk about, I don't remember what I was talking about now. What?
Brianna, 67 go. Off topic. You don't need to answer it if it would upset anybody. But Brianna was in the shot earlier. Are you two in tall chairs or is she really like 3 feet tall? We're in tall chairs.
Yeah, this is.
I'm also really short.
She is 5 foot tall.
She is 5 foot tall. We are in bar height chairs, so it is a combination of both things.
Oh man, that was funny.
Yes, it is a combination of both things. She is very short, and we are very tall.
Without the chairs.
Yes, that's true.
They get shorter with the chairs.
Yep. Oh, we got like 1 minute left. What else you got over there?
That's it.
All right, well, off topic that junk, and let's just go.
That junk. Bree seems just a bit vertically challenged.
Seems
No, she is.
a bit.
Yeah. What you didn't see earlier, but well, let's just say you saw it, but probably didn't know what you were seeing at the beginning of the live stream, is at the very beginning of the live stream, Leslie looks over there. What are you trying to do? Well, what she was actually trying to do was go in the office. You got that?
Uh-huh.
We have barn doors on our office, like the what are they called?
Carriage.
Carriage
I
doors.
thought you were about to say carrot.
Carriage doors. And I have a latch at the top that she can't reach. So it's like,
Child-proof,
it's Brianna
literally.
proof. Yeah. Yep.
It's really bad if I need to sit there and nobody's home.
Yeah, it's true.
Dan Andrade said, Dylan, the first guitar I built at TTG 2 years ago, I put in your P90s. Since I've just started to play, I'm appreciating them more and more. Thanks.
That's so cool, man.
Wait, that's when we met him, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
All right. It is off topic hour. So you can ask any question you want as long as it doesn't have to do with guitars. If you ask a guitar question after 9 o'clock, it has to be in a super chat. We do this to encourage people to just ask questions and get to know us and you, and we get to know you and hang out and be friends and etc. And we have Brianna to get balls out from underneath the couch tonight. So that's pretty cool. Is it dough? Bring it over here. We were talking about the dough. We're in off topic hour, so
Is that good?
Yes.
Oh, that looks terrifying.
It's alive.
it is alive. It might be good tomorrow, huh?
I hope so. We'll find out.
Cool. Off topic. Yeah, take them with you if you can get them to come. We made another video for the other channel about multi-tools because I got a new Leatherman this week because I gave my Leatherman to Bryson, so I got another one.
That was a long time ago.
I know, and I'd been missing it. And then I needed a tool to do something last week, and I'm like, dang it, I don't have my Leatherman anymore because I would always keep it in the glove box of the car. So anyway, I got a Leatherman Arc. This is a little bit overkill. It's too expensive. It's really, really, really good.
You used it today?
I did use it today. It's got a MagnaCut knife blade, so it's got like an actual real knife blade.
Oh.
So you could actually carry this without carrying a pocket knife because this is actually really good steel. But I'm going to carry a pocket knife. So it's sort of overkill.
A pocket knife, whatever.
I only have one on me right now.
Technically, now you have two.
Well, true. Yeah, true.
Fail.
So, but my favorite thing about this thing is the bits.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really like their flat bit set. So anyway, so we did a video about multi-tools on the other because I have two different Leathermans and I have a SOG Power Pint that I really like too. But it's just too flimsy. The screwdrivers are too weak to get any kind of torque on them. So that's why I like this thing. It's really good. I don't think you need to pay for the MagnaCut one though. If you got the Leatherman Wave instead, that would probably be good because it has most of the same stuff as this without the MagnaCut blade, which is a big expense because that steel is very expensive. Hey. So yeah, that was another off-topic thing we did this week.
Tazzy Tim said Leathermans and Gerber are cool.
Yeah, I used to have a Gerber, whatever that Gerber thing is where you flick it out the end and the needle nose comes out the end, but they're too rattly, and so I went to Leatherman. I do have a Gerber, whatever the gay little knife is.
Yes.
That thing's a Gerber, and I really, really like that. The little X-Acto knife with the pry bar thing. I really like that thing. And then I have a Gerber pry bar on my... Nope, that's a Kershaw pry bar on my keys. Because having a pry bar is actually kind of handy.
Dan Andradis, parts of your home I've seen on videos I really like. It seems very masculine. How do Leslie and Brianna like it? Really? Well, I don't know what parts he's seen, but all the black is from me.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like girly things. That our house looks very masculine, and how do we actually feel about it?
Because it's a lot of black and a lot of... I don't think it's masculine. It's
Yeah,
just
we're
not,
not gonna,
soft.
like, have- No.
No, she's got some pretty
Um,
girly stuff, but she's a girl, so it's fine.
that is true.
That's true. I do have more pink than mom does.
But we don't like. I don't like feminine decorations like flowery and
Right.
ruffly and doily, and I don't like that.
So we have spines and skulls and stuff instead.
Yeah.
And honestly, the whole gothic style is a style, and it's really cool. It's just yeah, I guess it's just not for everybody, but it's, I like it.
But I mean, if he's thinking that like you influence this and our house looks masculine, I don't think that's true. Like
This room maybe a little more, because I was going, but this is my studio where we shoot videos and stuff, and I was going for a particular thing in here. But the rest of the house kind of matches this now, and I don't know. I don't even think about it anymore. Like I just
didn't think about it until somebody asked. But I mean, any other parts of the house, the kitchen, the living room, like all that was me. So
yeah, yeah, and actually, our master bedroom, which we don't show on the internet, but our headboard is like black velvet stuff. I mean, it's just as black and gothic and as anything else. And we've talked about painting the bedroom, and it's probably going to be dark, kind of creepy colors. Like, I don't know. We just like that stuff, I guess. Yeah.
just darker than you think we are.
That's right. Yep. We're still not going to put an urn in our guitars, but so we're not like that dark, but yeah.
Curtis Chavez, Dylan, did or do you dance powwow? Here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, we had the Gathering of Nations powwow, but this year was the last year. Wow.
What?
I wonder why.
So I've been to that like 3 or 4 times. I used to live in Arizona. So I used to live in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I used to go to it. Yes. So I used to have family that lived in Santa Fe, and we would go to it. I do not dance it. I don't know. So I'm not Western. Like my heritage is actually Canadian. So, and our tribe doesn't really do that stuff the same way that like the Navajos and the Zunis and the Hopis and everybody does. So I don't really know it as well, but I love watching it. I mean, watching a Navajo hoop dancer, there is nothing like that. That is one of the coolest things ever. So I know people that do it. I have friends that are into it, and of course, because it's actually they're part of those tribes and stuff, but it's not been my area. I love learning about it though. We were actually gonna go to the powwow in Denver this spring.
I think that was a year ago now.
Was it a year ago? And something happened. It was a year ago, yeah, because they actually So we were gonna go, and then like right at the last minute, a bunch of things came up, and something happened. I don't remember what that was, but we couldn't go. I really wanted to go though, to Denver.
John own 20 can't play any Roddy. What kind of car are you driving now, Dylan? I drive a 22 Honda Accord and my wife a 24 Chevy Suburban.
We have a 25 Audi Q7
And a van.
Oh, well, yeah, and we have our B class motorhome.
C Stone says, what does your house identify as? A home.
A home.
Curtis Chavez, I get kind of mad when you talk about pry bars. Everyone in my house ruined my kitchen knives prying stuff. Does anyone make a pry bar that's kitchen specific?
Ooh.
I would love one of those.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. I'm going to research this.
To be continued.
To be
'Cause I would
continued.
like one.
What would you like? So, okay, let's side discussion while we're answering other questions. What form factor would you like your pry bar to be? Like thin, wide, long, skinny, whatever. And what would you actually use it for in practical terms?
The first thing that comes to mind is, when cardboard is glued and you have to like peel it up. I don't have any hand
Oh, like a
strength.
pizza box. Like when a pizza box is like laminated, like a frozen pizza, and you have to get it apart. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but bigger. I'm thinking like a big box. Like if it's really good cardboard that doesn't bend or rip, and it's
Don't you just use a
glued
pocket knife?
to cut it? No,
Okay. You want to pry it apart. Okay.
to bust
Okay.
the glue.
Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't have to be a kitchen pry bar. You just, okay.
I was just thinking a kitchen one would probably be big, and I opened stuff in the kitchen, so it seems like.
Okay. What about kitchen specific, like cooking, cleaning around the pans? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I don't know what.
I think it's just as a tool. Like I don't think it's.
Well,
cooking.
that's easy. That's very easy to give you.
I don't know that you would use it in the kitchen, would you?
Well, he said kitchen pry bar, so I'm curious. I want to know what he
if,
says.
If it could double as an ice buster, that'd be cool too.
Oh yeah, because we have So our ice maker, we have one of those like dorm fridge size ice makers that makes like 10, 15 pounds of ice at a time, but it doesn't defrost, so we actually have to defrost it. And so today we were doing that.
It's like every month or so we have to do it. Sean McMillan said, "Have you heard of Justice cold peated whiskey?
Yes.
Traditional whiskeys burn peat, destroying its delicate botanicals and creating bike tire-like flavors, supposed to capture pure natural flavors."
I got an email today. Oh, this is guitar related. I got an email today from somebody who said, "Hey, did you build this guitar?" And I said, "Yes, back in 2016." And they just bought it from someone. So I don't know how they got it, but yeah, it's pretty neat. I sold it to Sabo.
Tazzy Tim said, "Considering your last name, do you have Scottish in your family history?"
I do.
Matthew Altamere, "I know you guys don't eat meat, but prying frozen hamburger patties apart is a real pain in the ass."
Okay. All right. So actually a food safe pry bar would be, so what you would need is probably titanium.
Sean McMillan said, "Take your bottle opener and put a pry bar on the opposite end."
It probably need to be a titanium pry bar.
Andrada said you should have sent a super chat.
Oh, sorry. To talk about the guitar thing for a second. Yeah, because even I try not to do that. But I just got an email and the guy was like, "Thanks, man. I love it." Yeah, that's what made me think of it.
Gary Bertolo said, "Just use UPS or FedEx delivery systems. They're very good at destroying packages."
I suppose that's true. It'll be halfway open by the time you get it anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Curtis Chavez says, "I think that my brother-in-law bent the tips of all my kitchen knives by trying to pry frozen meat apart."
Yeah, I would have a conniption.
But that sounds like a practical use for people.
It does. I guess that's, again, I needed to hear because we don't do it here.
Yeah.
We don't have that problem really. So any pry bar would work. I would say if it was me, here's the problem. There's a lot of pry bars that are steels and stuff that I wouldn't have in the kitchen. So it would have to be either very stainless, or personally, I would use titanium, and I think it would be uncoated. So technically, like this is Cerakote on this blade, so it's brown. Technically, Cerakote is not officially food safe, even though it is. Like everybody uses it on stuff, but technically it can chip. like it can scratch a little and it can chip a little, and technically it's not food safe. So I would use an uncoated stainless or titanium in a pry bar form, that would not have, because that would be the cleanest way. I have some ideas. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna buy something for the kitchen. You know what's really funny? I was just looking at pry bars yesterday because, and these would not fall under that category, but CRKT just came out with those rainbowy looking pry bars, and those are titanium nitrided on top of titanium, which would be food safe. But if it was me, I wouldn't use anything with a coating on it, because if you were gonna ram it in between two pieces of meat or something, and there was a way for it to scratch, I just wouldn't residually. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt you, but I wouldn't residually want that on anything. Yeah. But yeah, using a knife for a pry is not a good idea, because a lot of the new stuff is super like edge retention. Like, this is crew wear. This is not a stainless. That's why it's Cerakoted. But as you go up in stainlessness and as you go up in edge retention, you also go up in brittleness. And so what can happen a lot of times, like I've got knives in there that if you drop them on the counter, they will shatter. Like, they are so hard. So you don't want to pry with them, because I've seen them explode. I've seen things where somebody take a knife like this, put it in there and pry, and it like explodes, like shatters like glass. And that could be, dangerous.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do that. Cheap knives like 440C, and 14C28N. Well, 14C28N is pretty. There's a lot of like your just normal knives, like, whatever you buy at Best Buy or whatever you buy at like Bed Bath & Beyond or whatever. That stuff's going to bend before it shatters, because it's pretty soft. German knives are typically a lot softer than like Japanese stuff. Japanese stuff's pretty brittle.
Dan Andrade says, check out Upholstery Tools. They make like a mini pry bar.
Yeah.
Dog Dr. Tim said he just looked on Amazon and they have multiple sizes and sets of titanium bars.
Yep.
Gary Bertolo, stainless steel pry bar will flex and twist safely. Curtis Chavez, I found stainless steel 6 to 8 inch pry bars.
Yeah.
So they're out there.
Personally, I would use titanium. I'm thinking of one right now that I would love to have. I was actually looking at buying it last week, but
Now it'll be my fault.
now I will get one for me and one for you.
No. I just want one for the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't really pry that much.
That's why we just need one.
Yeah, I'm not a, but and of course now I have this thing, and on here it has, oh wait, no, it's on the outside. Let's see, where is it?
I mean, I'm envisioning like a letter opener style.
Oh yeah.
Stronger.
Nope, I know exactly. Yep, I get what you're saying now. So like this right here, this is something that I would use in my daily life. That's just basically a big flat screwdriver that, and also this is replaceable. So if this, this little thing could come out and, whatever. The only downside I've found with this tool so far is it's supposed to be one-handed. Like, you're supposed to be able to flip it around, which you can to deploy it, but the detent is so hard that to like get it back to this, it's like super, super strong.
I would think opening is more important than closing.
Well, and also
then you'd be done with your task and you could close it like you wanted to.
if I fiddle with it a bunch, I'm sure it will loosen up some.
I'm sure if anybody can fiddle with it a bunch, it's you.
Yeah. So.
Curtis Chavez said, if you get just one, you'll never find it when you want it. It will be where I want it if it's...
Yeah. She'll have a spot for it. It'll be there.
If I put it somewhere, I know where it's at.
Yeah. No, I've got an idea. I'm on the hunt.
Cool. What else did you need to talk about off topic?
Nothing really. I don't really have anything that I need to talk about. Yeah, I didn't really have anything that I need to talk about. I was just kind of coming up with various stuff.
Cool. So are you calling it, or are we just gonna
What
sit
time
here?
is it? It's 9:20. Yeah, we could call it. It's that kind of time of night, and you guys, it's been really fun. I think we're, I think we are gonna go and I might make some nachos. Maybe watch a documentary with Brianna. I think Brianna has not seen Chaos yet. The documentary about Charles Manson. So I think we might watch that tonight.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.